So I know that this story I like to share because I all my humble beginning is from Madurai. I was born in Madurai, which is a historic temple town in southern India, where Arvind Eye Hospital was born. And Dr. Venkateswamy always said, when the 7th century, the Madurai temple was built by 3 kings, why not, where is that intelligence, and why not we bring it back to ophthalmology? And that's how he started Arvind Eye Hospital after he went to the Aurobindo Ashram. So this is my parents, who was no more, and my mentor, Dr. Badrinath, who made me whatever I am today. And Shivanandan is my best critic and my lifetime coach, who is with me all the time. And then finally, God. So this is just to show the picture where right from childhood, I don't know how, I was wearing tie all the time, and I was the only student wearing as an undergraduate tie, and that was made me prominent. But and also, you can't be naughty, and you have to be answerable to the professor. So many times, I think, I don't know how it happened, but I wear tie, and I think continuously I like to dress well. The idea is to bring in good energy. This is my grandparents, my mother's parents, and who are there. She lived 102, and she's my inspiration. She didn't probably those days. She studied in school where only in the sand they used to write. That I'm telling in 1930s, I think. And then you can see, like she was my inspiration because she was having excellent eye-hand coordination for what we call as a kolam or a rangoli, where you put dots and connect it. And this is my parents who gave me the education. This is a photograph taken in the government ophthalmic hospital quarters, where my mother gave me all the love, and my father gave me education. And I think my father was a tutor at that time, and probably he didn't do private practice. He was a tennis player, so he was like a good ophthalmologist, but he didn't do private practice. So again, this is my school days with my brother, again wearing tie, and this is I was an athletic captain, and this was a long distance running. I did 10 kilometers, 5 and 1,500, and 4 into 100 and 4 into 400 relay. And now I don't like to run because I'm in the gym, but I don't like to run. But my thing is, I think a sound mind and a sound body. That's what the Olympic motto. And I think we have to have stamina, particularly to do long vitreoretinal surgeries, because sometimes we operate from morning to night. And my father and grandfather were part of the government Tamil Nadu. That time, my grandfather worked in the Madras Presidency, right from Kanyakumari to Orissa, and then we lived in the same house in different time period in the government ophthalmic hospital quarters, which is the second hospital in India. This is the government ophthalmic hospital, and I lived in this quarters from the time I was born in Madurai till 1969, 12 years. I used to put torch for my father to even remove the foreign body. That time it was a lot. And then my father's teacher taught me parts of the eye when I was a 5-year-old, and that's how I decided to become an ophthalmologist. And I also was inspired by that visionary V.G. Panditas, who believed that if you have a dream, you said convert the dream into a prayer, and he said you tell the prayer daily. And my prayer, without realizing what it is, because I've seen a lot of foreign faculty coming and meeting my father and in the hospital, and I decided that I should become an internationally renowned ophthalmologist from the age of 5 without knowing the real meaning, but it happened. And this is my medical college fee, which is about 300 rupees, something like 3 euros I paid a year for that time to become a doctor. And then I also completed my postgraduate and joined Shankar Netralaya, which was the premier institute, even now #1. So yeah, I have my mentor, Dr. Badrinath, who made me whatever I am. And the second mentor is Ralja Jovanovic from that time Yugoslavia. Now he's part of Montenegro. He lives in a city called Herceg Novi, where the First World War started in 1911. And he's 94. I am planning to visit him. But he taught me, because he started his ophthalmology at the age of 33, and he retired at the age of 65. And he was always doing gardening, and I used to take a lot of plants from Mumbai. I know it was not allowed, but I used to take, and he's got a garden with a lot of crotons and the other plants and in his house in Montenegro. And he was a great surgeon who revolutionized vitreoretinal surgery using silicone oil. So sometimes they used to call him a nickname as Silicnovish, but he always told me that how to approach any vitreoretinal problem, and I think he really revolutionized vitreoretinal surgery and all complex trauma patients, which I'm operating thanks to him for the training. So this was in 1990 I started AIOS2025 because in 88 I went to Bombay Hospital and started the vitreoretinal department, and that time nobody was doing vitreoretinal surgery, and but since the hospital did not give me enough, then I started the AIOS2025 as an exclusive vitreoretinal center, which was not known any time like that. This was the ground floor of a building I converted into a eye hospital, and I wanted everything in vitreoretinal surgery, which I did. And I was also a founding member of the Vitreoretinal Society of India along with Dr. Ursekar and Dr. Jahangir, and now it has grown to 2000 vitreoretinal surgery members, and I also finished the president of Vitreoretinal Society in 2010. And so I follow Gandhiji, and he says, you must be the change you used to see in the world. And I decided that a hospital should not look like a hospital, and that's how I made AIOS2025 Hospital. And true progress has to be defined to maximize, and what you have is progress. And this was the vision was dawned in 1990, and I started this AIOS2025 Hospital. So main thing is he's a spiritual leader from Bangalore. He became a good friend, and he said, what are you doing for others is important. And that's why I even quote Swami Vivekananda, who says, they alone live who live for others, and rest are equivalent to dead person. That's the theme which I'm doing now, where I want to serve more and more people. So from a small building, we went into this in 2004, and I think most of the vitreoretinal surgeons of the world have visited Dadar and Vadala, and then I got this Padma Shri in 2013, and this is my Shivanandan, who so here we started as a vitreoretinal, but later, because of the demand, I had to start everything in ophthalmology. So we have A to Z, and this was the one Dr. Badrinath again inaugurated in 2001, the LASIK. And you can see our past president, Dr. Quresh Maskati, in the picture. So this is what I converted Gandhiji's statement. He called it for a business. He said a customer. So I made it a patient is the most important visitor on our premises. He's not dependent on us. We are dependent on him. He's not an interruption in our work. He's the purpose of it. He's not an outsider in our business. He's a part of it. We are not doing him a favor by serving him. He is doing us a favor by giving us an opportunity to do so. You can imagine the patient lying down on the operation table, totally trusting you, because at that time we have to do the best for him. And at that time the Chief Minister inaugurated the new building in 2004, and then we had Aishwarya Rai as our ambassador for eye donation, and she inaugurated the AIOS2025 Eye Bank. The reason I'm showing all this is Dr. Kalam as a president visited us, and it was nice of him because he was a very great friend from before he became a president. Dr. Badrinath introduced me, so I told him to visit us, and he came. There was no function, but he just came to visit us to meet all the staff, and I said, whatever I enjoy, I wanted my team and my family to enjoy. You can see my son and daughter there, and it was nice of him. He keeps coming. He has come several times as a president, and later after becoming a president also to visit me and encourage. And he always tell you should do something. And Dr. Prasanna, he always told me, you are a big man in retina. What are you doing for glaucoma? He used to ask me, and I'm happy that we have that. And we also made a lot of programs with various film celebrities. This is Selina Jetli talking on the eye donation on one of the anniversary. So I started like this in 2004, and now in 2025 we have again remodeled with the Agarwal group of eye hospitals. And this is again he inaugurated a van, because my dream is to serve all the poor people of Mumbai, and I made a foundation called Sundaram Natarajan Blind Free India Foundation. The reason is to work from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and work from Arunachal Pradesh to Kutch. That's my length and breadth of the country I want to serve, and one man cannot do, and I know I want to interact and do. And this was the one of the first things we introduced in 2014, thanks to K. Chandrasekhar, the CEO of Forus. And you can see my grandmother at that time, she was 99, and she inaugurated this van. My father, late father, also ophthalmology is there. This is a Forus camera. We used to take it in the motorbike and go all over Mumbai and serve, and also the villages. And we celebrated the life of Dr. Badrinath, Dr. Namparamal Swami, and Dr. Nagpal, who celebrated 75 years, because that's we called it Guru Vandana. The idea is to get blessings from the teacher. And I was glad, that's why Dr. Badrinath used to tell me, what did we do to become the 242 chartered inductees, because you can't apply, there's no application. And in 2016, this is starting from the 18th century, from Von Helmholtz to Alvar Gallstrand, the only guy with Nobel Prize, and thanks like Jules Gonin, Carl Stargard, the Ernest Custodis, Charles Keepens, Roger Jonovich, Harvey Linkoff, and you name it, they're biggest Ratna people, and I'm happy to be with them along with Dr. Badrinath. And we also started a genetic lab. The reason I'm telling all this is I came as a outsider from Madras to Bombay that time, and now it's Mumbai. And I think where there's a will, there's a way. And this is a genetic lab. Now we have shifted many places, and I'm making a new lab in Chembur. And we are now, I'm the vice president of Global Eye Genetic Consortium, because the research is in my back of the mind all the time. And you can see Dr. Takeshi, who's the current president, who will be probably I will take over from him shortly. The idea is to bring gene therapy to this part of the country. And we also started optometry school, DNB, fellow national board fellows. So the idea of 7 6 of success is, I found the answers in my room. The roof said, aim high. The fan said, be cool. The clock said, every minute is precious. And the mirror said, reflect before you act. And the window said, see the world. Calendar said, be up to date. And the door said, push hard to achieve your goals. And I always quote these 2 books by Robin Sharma. Robin Sharma's brother is a vitreoretinal surgeon in Canada, the monk who sold his Ferrari, and the Greatness Guide. And the reason is, and I think it shows a lot of things what you need in life. And there, one of the answers given is how to, like he says, remove fear from life, you start growing young. And that's what is the lesson I said. And so there's no fear for anything for me. So I always believe in positive thinking, smiling and standing tall up, emphasize positive thoughts you have, and it will reduce stress and improves self-esteem. And the problems of life are not really out there. They are in here in our mind. And everything is decided in and by the mind. So Paul Coelho said, when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. And that's what I wanted to encourage people like Prasanna. The reason is, everybody has a potential, and potential, nobody realizes what they can do. And I mean, whether it's a Napoleon Bonaparte or whether it's the Alfred Nobel, everybody had the same, whatever you have, everybody has, but the thing is how to use it. And so when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. And that's what I think I have started even though my father was a government servant, he didn't have much money, but he gave education. But from whatever I am, and I think what to reach, I think it's all in your mind. You have to decide. And I recently met Dr. Kripali in the program called Millionaire Mind Intense, and that before that I attended a program called Success Gyan. Somebody, my best friend critic Shivanandan, said, why do you want to attend all this at your age? And I said, the age is not it's a number, and more important is, I want a foundation, and I want to earn something like 1,000 crore, not for myself, for the people of India. And I want to bring latest to all the villages. We have 6,47,500 villages, and I want to serve all of them for eye care. And so main thing is to follow your dream. And I think you have to, this is my appeal to all the young people, go ahead and live your dream, whatever may be the dream. And I think that's what I learned in all these programs, and I always attend this program which is not part of ophthalmology. And I'm glad I learned the leadership program from American Academy. I'm indebted to my mentors there, which I did in 2004-05, and I'm from 2006. I'm doing it for all India, and it's a great program. And later Asia Pacific has started, and I'm glad Prasanna is now student. And these are some articles in the press to say how you are from an ordinary background, still you can grow with whatever you want. And a leader is one who guides and directs other people. A leader gives the efforts of his followers a direction and a purpose by influencing their behavior. That's what Louis Aller said. And thus, leadership is an ability to direct and motivate other persons in organization so that they may contribute their effort towards the success of organization. And for me, India is my organization and inspiring excellence in ophthalmology, and that's what I want to do. So these are some of the things which I played leadership role, and I think you have to have that fire in your belly to do all this. And right now I'm the treasurer of the International Council of Ophthalmology, thanks to EO and Dr. Neeru Gupta, who is guiding us, and we want to lead the world. And one day, when there's a chance, I want to lead and go. We have, I think, 183 country members, EO. We have 183, so hope to visit all the 183 countries as a part of the ICO. And I mean, these are the lists, and I always impressed with the Prasanna. In his young age, he has got 195 peer-reviewed publication, and in 12 years of ophthalmology, which is amazing. So, my journey continues, because I was the editor of Indian Journal of Ophthalmology, and previously it was called Publish or Perish. That means that was that motto, and I changed it to Publish and Flourish, and that was my motto in IGO. The reason flourish is when you publish, people will read, and it will be eternally available now with the online and everything. The reason is people have to read, and then probably even if when you're no more, I think people will follow the science, and that's what is our contribution. And then these are the various publications. So great leaders were not born great. They made themselves great by observing their surroundings and doing their best to change them. And that's what I have done. I think I was an ordinary playful child, and maybe till the age of 5, I was a crying child. Thanks to my father, I don't know what he did. He even had a tuition teacher, not for studying the regular course. We had 4 museums next to my house in Egmore in Madras, where he had a teacher to teach me each museum, what are their contents. And I was like a tourist guide for my family members and friends who come. At the age of 7 to 8, I used to walk with them and show this one. I think it's helpful. Now also, I take all my friends. Recently, we had Ferenc Kuhn and William, Dr. Schrader from Germany. So I am the tour guide. So I do go see, every time I learn something about Bombay now, and walking tour I do. So the idea is, I think, never think of the past. That's what is the spirituality. It's supposed to bring, maybe to bring tears, and don't think of the future. It brings fear, and live this second. And so that's why yesterday is history, forget it, and tomorrow is mystery, nobody knows. But present in English, the other word is gift. So this moment is a gift for all of us. So learn to enjoy life 24/7, and fast should help you to see what struggle you had instead of keep grumbling. And I was like this. I was born in this family, and I am from a village. I'm from a rich family. All that is. I always recommend that book, The Magic of Thinking Big, by Howard Schultz. He says that there's a chapter called Cure Yourself of Failure Disease Excusitis. What is that? It says, I'm too young to do this, or I'm too old to do this. So everything I think is probably you should. So I follow this 5 P's, which is like 4 I borrowed from some Shamak Davar, Yes Dance group. Shamak Davar is a good friend. Perseverance, perfection, patience, prayer he had in that. As a vitreoretinal surgeon, I've added precision. And the last one, which is not there, is passion. I think passion drives you to do whatever you want. And this is there in our scriptures 1,000 years back. Yat bhavam tad bhavati. You become what you think. You decide what you want to, and you become. And the world is manifestation of our inner state. Perceived reality eventually becomes manifested reality. We perceive a thought containing a change or emotion. The process of creation is set into motion. An arrow has been released into ethereal planes or thought sphere. So even for a second, I think you should not think. Fear can come, so you have to learn to remove that. So best is, everybody has a lot of negative thoughts, which you have to convert in either by chanting or only thinking good, and never think that how can I do it. And I think I'm able to achieve whatever I am dreaming from the age of 5, and it may not happen in maybe some things have still not happened. I'm 67 plus, but I think it will happen. I know. And I said if I live 33 more years, I only want to serve the poor people of India. And this is a hospital which is the second next to Moorfields. This was started in 1818, and Moorfields was 1819, and Moorfields was established in 1805. And this is still standing, 206 years, and I'm glad All India Ophthalmic Society celebrated 200 years of modern ophthalmology in India. And I think you all know Trushita did the first cataract surgery 600 BC. And this is the first and the biggest museum in ophthalmology in the world, bigger than any of them. And now I think in Nantong, China is building a 10-floor building, but still this collection is beautiful thanks to the Britishers who started in 1919. Thank you very much.